Hello and welcome to the Jazz TV. It's Rangers 8, Queen's Park nil. I am delighted to be joined by Lewis and Gordy. Lewis, I'll come to you first. How are you doing, mate?
I'm fantastic, mate. I'm literally just at the studio from my work. I finished work at 4. I've had a fantastic day. See, this morning when I got into my work, I was just in a great mood. I was feeling good. I was feeling confident for today. I thought we were going to win strongly. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be 8-0, but I thought it was going to be a strong, convincing win. But you know what? I'm absolutely delighted. I'm in a great mood, and I'm really, really happy to be here today.
Yeah, it feels nice to see us score 8 goals in one game. What about yourself, Gordy, mate? How are you?
Yeah, delighted. Lewis, you're right. All but the Black Bull, you always leave a smile on your face.
Yes, and I certainly did today, but not in the way that you're thinking.
Always leave a smile on your face coming out the
I
Black
wish,
Bull.
though. I wish.
The proof's in the pudding. Coming out a happy man. It was not going to lie. Expecting to win today, but to win in style is fantastic, and it just goes to show what happens when you come out and have a strong, first 10, 15 minutes, and hopefully that's a big confidence boost for Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the team news when it came in, and it was really attacking, which is exactly what I wanted to see. It looked like we were almost playing a 4-2-4. With both Miovski and Derry starting up top, which is what the fans want to see. We want to see attacking players on the pitch and
Yeah.
creating chances and scoring goals. Lewis, what did you make of Naderi's performance? His first start for the club?
I thought he was fantastic. I thought the runs that he was making, he showed that he's very intelligent. The only thing I wish about him is that I wish he would shoot a wee bit more. I think there was a couple of times where he could have probably hit it, but he didn't. But apart from that, I think from now on, I think that's probably just a confidence issue. Don't get me wrong, he's just in the door. I kind of expect that. But you know what? I think from now on, his confidence will be sky high. He scored two good goals today. Don't, albeit against Queens Park, yes. But I mean, in recent times, we've found out that Queens Park can be a bit of a tough opponent, especially at home. So. But you know what? I'm delighted. I'm delighted for Naderi or Nadiri, however it's pronounced. I'm delighted for him. I'm delighted for all the new boys who played today. To be honest, Chikwani obviously getting his goal there. I mean, I think he scored earlier on in the game, but it got put down as an own goal, which was unfortunate. But I'm glad he scored his goal. Obviously, I think Romans had a great game. I think he got brought off around the 60-minute mark as well. Played an hour. I think that's his first start in a Rangers shirt as well for Romans as well. Same with Naderi as well. So I thought I was absolutely delighted for the new boys today. I mean, I think they all played well. I think everyone
Yeah.
played well today. Don't get me wrong.
You,
But
you can see like a clear, like I know. Okay, I know it's Queens Park, right? But look what they did. Look what happened last year. So you can never write teams like that off. They're only
exactly.
one division below us, but you can clearly see the levels of quality that we brought in January, and that the quality in the team has gone up as a whole. Because now you actually have quality players on the pitch. You got the other players fighting for positions now as well, and they're only going to improve. Gordy, what did you think of the four new players that all started today?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Romans was very good when he came on in Wednesday night against Kelly, and I think he carried that on today. He looks very, very good. Uh, doesn't I mean the standard of opposition? Okay, is not the best, but that's not his fault. He still played very well. And Derry missed a couple of chances. He could have easily had 4 or 5, and
Yep.
I think he missed a very good opportunity before he scored. And I thought, oh, here we go, the Rangers strikers curse, but fair play to him. Gets his head up and 2 goals, 2 strikers' goals. And the midfielder, I thought he was, I know Taverner scored a hat trick, so he got man of the match, but I actually thought he was the man of the match. I thought he was just superb throughout. And then obviously spoke about Derry, 2 goals, a good day at the office.
Yeah, really good day at the office. But the thing is, Naderi's going to miss chances, right? Like all strikers miss chances, but he keeps on going. And for me, it's not necessarily just obviously the fact that he got 2 goals, but it's his movement in the box as well. How many times have we've seen crosses come into the box, and you've got Schmidt standing there waiting for the ball to come to him. We're shouting out for someone to make that front post run, and he does that time and time again. He could have got 3 goals from making that front post run. If it hit off his body differently or whatever, but he's making those runs, and that's creating space for players around him in the box to potentially get the second or third balls. And I think he's going to be a massive, massive player for us this season. For the remainder of it. And I think he could potentially start against Motherwell midweek, because I can't. And I know he's only played, maybe one full game in total, but I can't see necessarily where his weaknesses are, because he can hold the ball up, he can run in behind, he can score goals. He got 2 goals today, and he is going to be a massive player for us. But it's not just him. It's Tochi's performance as well. I mean, that guy is like a ball winning machine. He is absolutely sensational winning the ball back. And you can see with him winning the ball back with Naderi, not even just his on the ball stuff, but his off the ball stuff. You look how he presses, how he runs after the ball, how he's got that sort of intensity about him. And then you got Skorvolson there. He's got some quality. I think Skorvolson is the only one that is still. Sometimes you feel like he's a bit in and out of the game, but still, I think he occupies defenders because they know the quality he has got, which frees up space for other players. But there's one player I do want to speak about actually before we move on. It's Ant-Man. I think he's starting to come onto a game now. If you look at his performances, not everything that he does comes off, but he's constantly wanting the ball. He's constantly looking to go on the attack. And yeah, I think he's gonna. I mean, when Danny first came in, he got an injury quite early on, and then he hasn't really made an impact since. But I think, especially with him and Romans on that left hand side, they look like they could form a really, really successful partnership. Lewis, what were your thoughts on Ant-Man today?
I thought Ant-Man played quite well. I don't think there was any players in the park, to be honest, that had a mediocre performance. I thought everyone did their part. Everyone played their part. I was impressed with Ant-Man today. I mean, I think Ant-Man's had his moments this season where he's been good, and he's had his moments where he's been not so good. But I was delighted for him today, albeit yes, it is against Queen's Park, and I know I did say Queen's Park can be a bit of a tough opponent for us in this, as you can tell in the last year or so. But I thought he played well. I mean, as I said, I don't think there was anybody who didn't play well. So I was delighted for him. I thought his link-up play today was excellent. I thought he was making the right runs. He was taking on a man well. I mean, there was nothing really to fault him. I can't really say much more than that.
What about yourself, Gordy? Do you think he's going to start on that left-hand side more often now? Because obviously he came in, he was starting on the right, but he's playing on the left-hand side at the minute, and he could make that position his own.
Yeah, what I like about Ant-Man, he always shows for the ball. He's always willing to get the ball. He's come on, and I think he's been very unlucky because some of the stuff he tries, it's very, very. And I've seen him. He's always very, very close to pulling off masterstrokes every game. Mm-hmm. He's got a great touch, and I think that if he just gets his technical ability up slightly for that finished product, that finished article, then he can go on and do it. Yeah, I just wanted to come back to Nderi's movement in the box, etc. Because we've been criticising our wingers and their stats this season, and I think today almost every ball that we put into their box today caused problems because of the movement, and that's something we have been missing, and that's sometimes why our wingers don't appear to be as good as they should have been, because when they're putting stuff into the box, or when they're creating balls into the box and creating chances in the box, they're not getting finished. So I'm really pleased that Nderi scored 2. I'm pleased that Miovski got 1 as well. And yeah, I think going forward we're very good today. You have to temper it with the opposition. The bottom of the championship. However, it's the same team. It's the same goalkeeper, a couple of same players that came to Ibrox and won last year. I had almost a year to the day, actually, funnily enough. And so all in all, great performance. Great for the new signings to make their mark and score goals. And yeah, I can't remember the last time Rangers scored 8 goals in the game, to be honest. So,
I was actually just about to come on to that. I was about to say, God, you're the stats man. When was the last time Rangers scored 8 goals in a game?
I am. I was at the game today, so I'm unprepared for this reaction show.
So I was working, unfortunately, but you know what? I'm delighted. But what I'm thinking, right? See if that was Queen's Park. What if we actually did end up playing Stranraer? What would the score have been then?
I know. Well, the thing is, I reckon Queen's Park probably thought, during the game, they probably wished Stranraer didn't get disqualified because they just couldn't be bothered to be on that pitch. Because this felt like, but it helps that we got the early goal, right? Because it looked like as soon as we got the early goal, especially when we got that second goal went in from James Tav, it looked like they were deflated. They were completely gone and knew that they weren't going to get back into this game. And you could see it, the mistakes that they were making. I mean, their goalie had the best game of his life last season, and this game he's chucking the ball into the net. So I was also happy that Tav got to retake that penalty. And interestingly enough, he went the other way to finally score against him. But But yeah, and onwards and upwards. I think the draw for the next round of the Scottish Cup is tonight after I think it's Steny versus Falkirk.
Yeah, Sten has
7:30.
been.
That's at half past 7. I'll probably watch that game. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for an upset. But they're all are already a couple of teams, not in the Premiership that are through to the next round in Partick and Dunfermline. So, I'm hoping for another home draw. If you can get another home draw against one of them, then happy days because we need in this title running that we're going to need games like this to be able to rest the likes of Raskin, rest the likes of other players in the team, big players. I thought it was interesting that Gassama didn't come on today at all. And the Welsh wizard Rabbi did. He did come on. I thought
The best young Welshman we all know.
But what did you make of that? Do you think there's going to be more game time for Rabbi towards the end of this season, or do you think it was just today and then that's it? We're still trying to put him out in the shop window to see if someone wants to get him on a free, so we can. Because I've heard rumors about us trying to cancel his contract and maybe save a bit of money by paying him half his wage up front and getting another club to come in and pay for him for the rest of the season. Do you reckon this is his last game for us?
Got it.
I'm not sure. It's a strange one. I mean, going back to what you said about Gassam, remember, we're asking these guys to play so many games. I'm not surprised that Gassam didn't come on, to be perfectly honest. Because, Magoma, as a young guy, I think he's started 19 games in a row or something for us in the left-hand side. Gassam's played probably more games than he's used to playing as well. So it's good, as you said, it's good. We had the opportunity to have a comfortable win, get the confidence up, get strikers scoring goals, and then get another game for the new starts for them gelling in. So I'm not surprised that Gassam and all three others didn't come on today because it was the game was over by 30 minutes. So why? And the worst thing that could happen for us was for somebody to come on and have an injury or something. So
Exactly.
Pleased in that sense. And I think it's a strange one with Matondo because he was supposed to be going to Norwich and that's obviously fallen through. And we are trying to pay off his contract. So to see him come on was a bit of a surprise, but fair play to him.
Yeah, maybe it's just a case of resting Gassama because he has played a lot of games. I think he had the second most minutes out of any player this season. So maybe it's just a case of giving him a full 90 off and starting him against Motherwell on Wednesday.
Sorry, got it.
I was going to say it's a couple of days and then we've got a really important game coming up. So it's what a time to be alive.
But the interesting thing though about the game on Wednesday though is that they've had their last two games postponed and we've now come off beating Queen's Park 8-0. Confidence high in the squad. You can see the players are loving playing football at the minute. How massive do you think that is? The fact that they've not actually played since they beat Livy. I think it maybe 12 days ago or something like that. It was 12 days ago when we played them. I think it'll be 12 days since they last played a game. So Lewis, what do you think of that? Do you think we've got a better chance now?
Jay, I was literally just about to come on to that just before I briefly interrupted Gordy there. I was literally just about to say Motherwell have had the last week and a half off, so they've had plenty of time to prepare for this game. And what is a massive game, what's going to be a very, very tough game, which I think actually might be a tougher game than what next Sunday will be, Hearts at home, because I think we'll fancy our chances more in that game than what we will midweek away to a Motherwell team who are in form. They're playing some very attractive football. They've obviously got Maswanisa, who was probably one of our transfer targets as well. He's on fire this season. Motherwell are going to be right fired up for this game, and why shouldn't they be? Motherwell are in the form of their life right now. I think that they've been on a run of maybe 7 or 8 games, clean sheets or something like that. Something crazy like that. They've been fantastic this season, and all credit where credit's due with Motherwell, and especially their manager Jens Bertolascu. He's been fantastic with them. So I'm very nervous for the game on Wednesday night. Yeah,
I was looking at the I think it was like the before Danny Rule came in and post Danny Rule. I think since Danny Rule's come in, only Motherwell have conceded less goals than we have. I think they conceded 5 goals in the league, but since Danny Rule came in, so clearly they're defensively very sound, they're well organised, and it's going to be a tough game. but we're looking like we've got options now on attack. If this was a couple of weeks ago, I would have said, I struggle to see us getting a win because I don't see us scoring the goals against them. But now that we've got Naderi coming in, on Naderi, however you pronounce his name, and now you've also got Skavolson and Antman's coming back into a bit of form, and Mikey Moore looked sensational against Killy. You know, we're starting to look better moving forward, and you know, again, the pieces were massive today, as they can be again on Wednesday, but it is such a massive game, Gordy. I mean, you're looking at, I don't want to look too far ahead because we've got Hearts at the weekend, but if we were to win on Wednesday, how big do you think that's going to be moving on to the game on Sunday?
Very big, because we've struggled at Fir Park in the last couple of years, and Celtic have struggled there this season as well. As you both have said, Motherwell have got the joint best defensive record in the SPL. A lot, funnily enough, joint with Hearts. So they're going to be difficult teams to score against in the next week or so. But I said back in end of November, the run between then and January would get us back into the league title race if we come out of it with a lot of wins. And I looked at the fixtures a few weeks ago, and I said if we got 4 points with Hibs and Motherwell away and 6 points at home to Hearts and Celtic, then that puts us in a really strong position. But if we have got aspirations to win the league, then we have to have the confidence to go in Fir Park and win. That's the bottom line, and that's it. We ain't going to be, if we don't. I'm not saying that if we don't win on Wednesday night we won't be champions, but if we don't have the confidence to go there and play our own game and dominate Motherwell, which Motherwell play good football, fine, good for them. But we're Rangers, and I'd like to think that we shouldn't be afraid of that. And that's what I'm counting on Wednesday night. And we didn't do it against Hibs away, so we have to change our philosophy for Wednesday night. And I'm hopeful to win. I'm actually pretty confident, to be fair.
Yeah, I probably agree with you there, Gordy, but let's not forget Hearts have a very, very tough game midweek as well. Hearts are playing the Edinburgh Derby, I believe, Tuesday night. Is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday night. The game's on. Yeah. Tynecastle, obviously Tynecastle's been a bit of a fortress this season for Hearts. I think they're unbeaten there. I think they're unbeaten at home this season, so it'll be a very, very tough game for Hearts. I think it'll be a tough game for Hearts, also. Tougher game for Hibs. Hearts will probably fancy their chances more than what Hibs will, but it's a massive game for them. A big derby. I mean, the last Edinburgh Derby, Hibs actually beat them at Easter Road. So, yes, I mean, you never know what can happen. I mean, I think we're all hoping that Hearts drop maybe a point, or maybe drop a couple of points or whatever.
But even if they don't, there is a scenario that we could still go top of the league if we just win our next 2 games. Because I think we're 3 goals behind them. You know, if we match them in terms of results and sort of exact scoreline, we go into the game 3 points behind and 3 goals behind. A 2-0 win would put us top of the league.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I fancy our chances on Sunday. As you said, Gordy, like I do fancy our chances against Motherwell, but I'm still very nervous because it is a massive game. And obviously it's a hard place to go. I mean, the last time we went to Fir Park, it was the first game of the season. We drew 1 each, albeit, yes, that was under Russell Martin. Obviously a lot worse of a manager than what we've got now, but it's still a very worrying game, to be honest. It's still, and we need to take it game by game, especially now, considering it's a very, very tough run of games that we've got. Obviously, Motherwell away, then it's Hearts at home, then I think it's Livingston away, then I believe obviously Celtic at home as well. So it's a very, very tough run of games we've got, don't get me wrong. I think the Livingston game should probably take care of itself. But apart from that, the other 3 games are very, very tough games. All 6-pointers, I think, as well, because the other 3 teams, Motherwell, Hearts and even Celtic, have got a lot to play for in this league still.
If we win the next 4 games in the league, we will win the league. That's my mindset.
Yes, I agree.
If we were to win the next 4 games, we win the league. They're absolutely massive, but they're extremely difficult games as well. It's you're playing against the 3 other best teams in the league in that space of a few weeks. So massive games, but I feel like the crowd have a massive part to play in this as well. If we get the result against Motherwell midweek, the atmosphere is going to be, it's going to be up there. It's going to be really good, and that can help the players push them on for a win against Hearts. You get that win, and you go top of the league. That is when I feel like the pressure will really be on us, because once you're top of the league, it's all right chasing teams down and putting the pressure on them. It's how we're going to handle it when we are top of the league. and that's when you go away to a team like Livy if you are top and you get the win in that game and make it a routine win. You then have got the Old Firm at the start of March. If we go into that Old Firm with top of the league, I mean, they could win all their games leading up to that game, but I'm not sure. I don't know if the game away at Aberdeen has been rescheduled yet. But if
it has been. It's the Wednesday after they play us, so they've got Stuttgart away on the Thursday night, then they've got us away on the Sunday. Us at Ibrox, then they've got Aberdeen away on the Wednesday night. So three tough away games in a row they've got.
Exactly. So they're playing those midweek games. If we were to go into that game, let's say they'd won all the games and were 3 points clear of them, and they've obviously got that game in hand. They're coming off a massive game away at Stuttgart on a Thursday, and we've had the week off. That is where we can win this title, in my opinion. If you go to that game and you put in a performance and you beat them 3 or 4, which is what if you remember a few years back when we were under Gio, we had that run in Europe that season, and we went to their place after they had that game at the Old Firm at theirs postponed until the February. That was where the title changed. It was that game. We can cement our position as top of the table title favorites in that game, but we have to do the work leading up to that. For me, the next 4 games are massive, but we have absolutely got to get all 3 points against Motherwell. But it's going to be good to see how this team are gonna put up a fight for this title and how badly they want it, because you can sense the nervousness in the fans. Right, you could sense the nervousness against Killy in that first half. Obviously, it was a poor first half, and the fans let the team know about that. But they're going to have such a big part to play. We need to all be together, sort of as one. Gordy, what were your thoughts? I don't want to go too far back, but what are your thoughts on sort of the atmosphere at halftime against Killy, and how do you think that's going to affect the team going into this title race?
Yeah, I mean that's the worry, because I keep going back to a lot of these players aren't used to that pressure about having. It's not even having to win. It's that's not even half the pressure. The pressure's playing well. The pressure's scoring goals, attacking, not put the ball back the way. But I think that result today, that attacking performance today, will go a long way to soothe any fears we have over the next few weeks coming up. Yeah, we have to get. It's a cliche, but I mean, I think that over the last few years, Ibrox can be a bit of a moan fest. The atmosphere can be absolutely fantastic at times. European games, Old Firm games, it's electric, it's brilliant. But the other games where it is home against Killy, home against Livingston, footballers are human beings, they might make mistakes. We need to support them from start to finish. And I think Diane Rowe was hinting at that. After his press, interview last week. But just looking ahead, we've got 8 games before the split, and I've said I'm going to reference this. I'm going to reference this every week until the split. We're going to have the most difficult set of fixtures off the top 4, if you include Motherwell. After the split, we're going to have to go away to Parkhead, away to Tynecastle, and then away to
Falkirk,
possibly another team as well. So we're going to have. I would say we're going to have to be 4 or 5 points ahead of Hearts and Celtic by the split.
Yeah, well, I'll actually come on. Oh, sorry, Gordy.
No, I was just going to say, and because we will have the way the fixtures have worked out, we need to get ahead of steam, and we need to have that advantage, and we won't have that advantage if we drop any points between now and the split, unless our teams drop points as well. So we really have to go out all guns blazing. If you look ahead at the fixtures, we have got 8 winnable fixtures: Motherwell away, Hearts at home, Livy away, the Old Firm, St Mirren away, Aberdeen at home, Dundee United at home, and Falkirk away. Those are winnable games.
They're winnable games, but all 8 of them are actually tough games. I think maybe it'll be at Dundee United at home, but 7 out of 8 of them at least are very, very tough games. Falkirk away stuff. I mean, we played Falkirk twice this season and we've not beat them at all. Home and away, we've drawn to them. Also, Aberdeen, no matter home or away, is always going to be a bit of a tough game. Obviously, Celtic at home. Livingston away probably should take care of itself, albeit you never know. So I think away from home, it's always going to be a bit of a tough game.
We're getting to that stage in the season where there are no easy games, because you look at Livy away, but they're fighting for their life. They're fighting for every point that they can get at the minute. So that's going to be a tough game.
That's a big 6 pointer that as well. Away at Livingston.
So every game is going to be tough, but every game is made tough because obviously the mindset of the players and the fans as well. They're desperate for a win, and sometimes if you're just desperate for a win, you start rushing things and making mistakes. The crowd then get on your back, etc., and it creates this bundle of nervousness, and that's what it's going to be for between now and the end of the season. But if you look at the competition, Hearts have a problem with their the discipline at the minute. They keep getting players sent off. That's not a good sign going into the run-in for them. But also they're missing key players, through injury as well. And you look at the other lot, other side of City, watching their game yesterday. I mean, they're lucky they got 2 additional minutes added on to the end of the game for them to get a goal, because they were absolutely atrocious. So we just need to, in my opinion, we win the next 4 games, we're top of the league. I think the other 2 teams will start crumbling after that. I think the wheels will start to fall off and we'll go and win the title. And I reckon we could win it in one of the away games after the split, either against them or at Tynecastle.
Well, how beautiful it would be to win the league at Parkhead. I know. Imagine that again. Another 3-0 win away at Parkhead to win the league. Imagine that.
That would be glorious and
fantastic.
This club deserves exactly that. So, but a big win today. A big win, 8-0 against Queen's Park. It's a joy to see us score 8 goals in a game, because it's been a long time. And onwards and upwards, we'll watch the draw later on, see who we get. Hopefully a home match. Home match against Dunfermline would be nice. Who do you boys want in the next round of the Scottish Cup?
Gordy, you go first.
Celtic at home.
Good man. Good man. I was going to say the exact same.
Celtic at home, and then we beat them, because the quarterfinals would be rough. Maybe the week after the Old Firm and whatnot. So we just give them a double whammy.
A double done up.
2 weeks in a row. Old Firm,
beautiful.
Quarterfinal, Old Firm, and then 6 points ahead in the league when we beat them out the cup. That would be the nail in their season's coffin, I think. So if we want to win the cup, then we need to play Celtic at some point, I'm sure. So get it right, let's get into the quarterfinal. Get them after a run of games where they're playing a lot of games in a tight fixture schedule as well. So I'd just bring it on. Why not?
Yeah,
my mindset was slightly different. I don't want them to get to the final, because I'd want them to get knocked out before that. But if the season ended with us winning the title, with us and also winning the Scottish Cup, having to let them watch us lift that trophy at Hampden, because when was the last time that happened? When was the last time they had to sit there and watch us lift the trophy? It's been a while, so I kind of want that scenario where they have to sit there and watch us lift it, and then especially with it being Martin O'Neill's last game as well, for it to end like that would be absolutely glorious. But massive month ahead, massive end of the season. Thank you all for joining the show. It's been a pleasure. We'll be back on again ahead of the game against Motherwell midweek. I'm already getting nervous for that game because it's going to be so massive. But please like, share, and subscribe. Any last words, gents, before we wrap up?
Nope, none for me. I think I've said everything I need to say tonight.
Happy days.
Bring on.
Bring on the Celtic.
Bring on Motherwell midweek. And
bring on Motherwell. Bring on Hearts. Bring on everyone.
We got this. I think the only way is up for us now. We got some new players, some top players coming in. Obviously, the owners are investing in us. The future is bright. The future is Rangers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.